Welcome to my celebration of the 96th Academy Awards. It was a pretty phenomenal year for movies, and with my love and appreciation of cinema comes my attempts at making the nominees in LEGO. I have here 11 figures based on the 10 Best Picture nominees, and if it were up to me, I would have represented all of the nominees in LEGO minifigure form, but we're pretty strapped for time as is, so let's get into it already. I have here on screen every single figure that I will be using for these quick and easy purist customs. As always with these kinds of videos, some of these parts are tragically figure exclusives, but most of them can be found on various other figures throughout other themes, and there will always be nicer alternatives for you to make yourself. These customs are by no means perfect, so if you have any suggestions at all on how to improve these figures, do let me know down below. Let's take a look at our nominees.
And now for our final category.
I can't wait! Let's read them together. The nominees for Best Motion Picture of the Year.
American Fiction. Ben LeClaire, Nikos Paramigos, Cora Jefferson, and Jermaine Johnson, producers.
American Fiction is up for 5 Academy Awards this year. We have Best Original Score, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Supporting Actor, Best Lead Actor, and Best Picture. And this is also a rather easy figure to make here because luckily for us, we actually have this actor already made into a LEGO minifigure. I'm taking the Stanley figure from the LEGO Office set for the torso and his legs, and the Jim Gordon from the Batman movie sets for that Jeffrey Wright likeness. Remove all those parts that make Stanley from Stanley and swap them over with Jim Gordon. This does mean that Monk here does have a double-sided expression exposed to us on the back of his head, which is unfortunate, plus the facial hair doesn't quite match what's actually in the movie, but this is something that LEGO themselves have accidentally dropped the ball on in the past with plenty of Marvel figures. You could also choose any variety of suit or smart casual attire to give him, but for this iteration I chose to focus on the main poster.
Anatomy of a Fall. Marie-Ange Luciani and David Thion.
Anatomy of a Fall is up next with again 5 nominations. We have Best Achievement in Film Editing, Best Original Screenplay, Best Actress, Best Director, and Best Picture. It made sense then to make Sandra, who is built out of the wheelchair guy from the Haunted Mansion amusement park set, Dr. Grace Augustine from the Avatar line, and Icarus from the Eternals line. I removed that wheelchair and all of the yellow fleshy bits from the guy, swap over the Augustine face and the hands, and I swapped the hair pieces too with Icarus. I really liked the expression that was used here, and the Bioshock sweater has been one of my favorite parts produced in LEGO since getting it myself in the Fishing Hut set. I think she works really well to represent that movie.
Barbie. David Heyman, Margot Robbie, Tom Ackerley, and Robbie Brenner, producers.
It's time for an exciting one here. This is Barbie, which boasts a great number of noms with 8 total. We have 2 nominations for Best Original Song, Best Achievement in Costume Design, Best Achievement in Production Design, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Supporting Actress, Best Supporting Actor, and the Best Picture nomination as well. Barbie was huge, objectively one of the biggest releases of last year, and so big in fact that there have been plenty of customs already made for both Barbie and Ken available online. These were really tough to nail down though because so many people have made their own perfect customs, but those designs aren't purist. So I decided to try and make my own differing outfits compared to what I usually see when it comes to the marketing and the merchandising of this movie, but ideally if LEGO were to make sets based on the Barbie movie, we would have every outfit made into minifigure form. I'm using the plain standard pink figure from the Everyone is Awesome set, Phyllis from The Office, a very universal figure I might add, Ellie Sattler from the Jurassic Park line, and Princess Aurora from the Disney CMF Series 3. I'm going to use those pink legs and the Phyllis torso here too, then removing those Phyllis inclusions. I swap over the arms with Ellie's arms, and I give her Sleeping Beauty's face and I swap the hair back with Ellie's. She's got a lot of amazing outfits in the movie, but unfortunately they're very specific designs, a little too specific as well. There are better torsos to use out there, but this was the best that I had in my collection to try and make that cowboy look. I also really want to see some better hair pieces that are produced in this color, because I think that this works for what I have on offer, but we all know that she could be a lot better. For Ken here, I'm using quite a few pieces. I've got Nia from the LEGO Ninjago movie sets, Vacation Batman from the LEGO Batman movie CMF series, Embo from the Star Wars Clone Wars line, another Batman from the Batman movie sets, and Brian O'Connor from the Too Fast Too Furious Speed Champion set, another very universal figure. We start with Nia's legs piece and then I give her that Vacation Batman's torso, we remove the head and give him Embo's epaulets. I'm using the specific Batman movie figure for that great headpiece, and finally Brian O'Connor's hairpiece. Now Ken also has a few good designs to choose from in the movie, but I wanted to pick something that I think was a little bit different from what we've already seen from countless other people online, and I loved the idea of using the eyes from the Batman head as his headband. I do wish I had a different choice for the hairpieces because Ken's hair in my eyes should be a better shade of blonde.
The Holdovers. Mark Johnson, producer.
The Holdovers carries again 5 nominations, and the categories are Best Achievement in Editing, Best Original Screenplay, Best Supporting Actress, Best Actor, and Best Picture. For making Mr. Hunnam, I'm using the remake of Dr. Henry Jones from the 2023 Indiana Jones line, J. Jonah Jameson from the Daily Bugle, and Alfred from the Lego Batman movie line. I'm using everything from Henry Jones except the head and the helmet. I'm swapping over the heads for Jameson's, and lastly, I'm giving him Alfred's hairpiece. The Lego Batman movie Alfred appears to be the only figure that uses this bald top hairpiece, which I love so much for those very specific colors. The piece does exist in other colors like a brighter white, but I like this look for him a lot more. I also love the expression used on the Jameson face, which yes is missing the glass eye, but the facial details really match Giamatti's to me. This does mean that there is some webbing exposed on the back of his head though, but what can you do?
Killers of the Flower Moon. Dan Friedkin, Bradley Thomas, Martin Scorsese, and Daniel Lupi, producers.
Killers of the Flower Moon boasts an incredibly impressive 10 nominations this year. One of these feels like it's an absolute lock in my eyes. We have Best Achievement in Costume Design, Best Achievement in Production Design, Best Achievement in Film Editing, Best Achievement in Cinematography, our first for that one so far, Best Supporting Actor, Best Actress, Best Director, Best Original Song, Best Original Score, and of course Best Picture. I decided to make Molly from the movie, and I'm going to be using Chief Big Bear from the Lone Ranger sets, Luke with his poncho from the Landspeeder set, Cho Chang from the Harry Potter line, but this specific one is from a polybag I have, and Mulan from the Disney CMF Series 3. I will be using the torso and legs from Big Bear there, and Luke's poncho as well. I add on Cho Chang's face and Mulan's headpiece, and here we have Molly Burkhart. I wanted this face because I thought that the expression fit her personality really well. I also really wanted a hairpiece that was long and pulled back, revealing more of the face, and I think Mulan's is perfect for that. LEGO haven't made any Native American style ponchos for figures that I'm aware of, so it'd be really nice to see some of that in the future.
Maestro, Bradley Cooper, Steven Spielberg, Fred Berner, Amy Durning, and Christy McCosco Krieger, producers.
Maestro is one of the year's more controversial inclusions, holding 7 nominations in total. We have Best Cinematography, Best Original Screenplay, Best Achievement in Makeup and Hairstyling, Best Sound, Best Actor, Best Actress, and Best Picture. There's a few more figures here. We have Michael Scott from The Office, Dr. Hammond from the Jurassic line, again we have Mr. Brian O'Connor here, Creed also from the Office set, a very universal set, and finally Jor-El from the Lego Batman Movie 2 CMF series. I'm going to use the plain legs on Michael Scott, and I'm adding Hammond's torso, but I'm removing all of those Hammond parts, including his arms. I've swapped those with Brian's here, Creed's face is added on next, and finally Jor-El's hairpiece. There were a few different costumes to choose from, and the best part of the movie was that chronicling time frame, so you could really make Bernstein at any point in his life. I thought about doing him with his red shirt just for how unique that would be here for the series, but I chose the white shirt instead just because of some of the posters that are out there that show off this look. I love the use of the Superman hairpiece, and I actually like the wideness of his face here because there's not a whole lot of variety out there for the older minifigures.
Oppenheimer. Emma Thomas, Charles Roven, and Christopher Nolan, producers.
Oppenheimer just dominates the award season this year with 13 Oscar nominations, and it appears to be the frontrunner as well. We have Best Achievement in Costume Design, Best Achievement in Production Design, Best Achievement in Makeup and Hairstyling, Best Achievement in Cinematography, Best Achievement in Editing, Best Score, Best Sound, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress, Best Actor, Best Director, and finally Best Picture. Another famous custom that you've probably all seen throughout the year, so this is my take on one of my favorite movies from 2023. I will be using Phoebe Buffay from the Friends Central Perks set, Kevin Malone again from the Office set, Frodo from the original releases of The Lord of the Rings, and Indiana Jones from the 2023 release sets. We start with Phoebe's plain legs there, I add Kevin's torso and I swap over the head with Frodo's, and then we swap the hairpiece over for Indiana Jones's, and here we have Oppie. Self-explanatory, he wears all kinds of suits throughout the film, but I love the look of the brown coat and the tie here. I adore that hat hairpiece that was introduced for Indiana Jones, and I think it's going to become a favorite of mine to be used regularly. I decided on Frodo's face very easily and very early on because his expression just seems to show the full weight of one's actions the most. He's the figure I think I'm the most satisfied with.
Past Lives, David Hinojosa, Christine Vachon, and Pamela Koffler, producers.
Past Lives is nominated for 2 categories this year. It really should have actress and director, but that's okay. The nominations it holds are for Best Original Screenplay and Best Picture. So to make Nora, it's just a simple set of part swaps. Xiaoling from Shang-Chi and Pepper Potts from the Iron Man 3 Malibu Mansion set. Keeping those generic black legs there, adding on Pepper's torso, removing the head, and swapping it for Xiaoling's. I really like the simplicity of Nora's design here, and I think she feels right at home along with our Maestro and American Fiction inclusions. Some parts to see in the future, some more casual wear for our minifigures would be great, and I've mentioned mentioned this on many previous videos before, but I would love to see some more representation expression packs for some other nationalities in the future.
Poor Things, Ed Guiney, Andrew Lowe, Yorgos Lanthimos, and Emma Stone, producers.
Poor Things is another great heavy hitter this year with a solid 11 nominations total. We have Best Achievement in Costume Design, Best Achievement in Production Design, Best Achievement in Makeup and Hairstyling, Best Original Score, Best Film Editing, Best Achievement in Cinematography, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Supporting Actor, Best Actress, Best Director, and Best Picture. Bella Baxter was someone that I was so excited to try and make because again, it's such a specific design and these parts would be quite the challenge to try and find in my collection. We have here Gabby from the Toy Story 4 sets, Arwen from the Lord of the Rings original waves, Black Widow from the Infinity War line, and Lord Vampire's Bride from the Monster Fighter sets. I take Gabby's torso and head away, but I keep those legs and skirt piece. We're using Arwen's torso for that ornate dress design and Black Widow's face as well. Finally, the Vampire Bride's hairpiece, and now we have our Bella Baxter. I think Bella came together really nicely, a lot better than I thought she would. She has very expressive styles in the movie, so I do wish there were better parts for me to be able to use here, especially for the face, but I like the look of the clothes, and the clothes overall is what was the most important part for me to get right here. By no means perfect, but good enough for the parts that I had available.
And the zone of interest. James Wilson, producer.
The final entry here is the Zone of Interest with a good 5 nominations including Best Sound, Best International Feature, the only one on this list, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Director, and Best Picture. Given the subject matter, I was going to skip over this one, but that would have left us with 9 out of 10 movies covered, so I decided to finish the collection. Rudolph is made out of Nick Fury from the Captain Marvel line, any of your remaining figures for the hands, so I'm just going to be reusing this one here. This specific Inferno Squad member for that incredible face underneath the helmet, and the Falcon Captain America from the Disney Plus CMF Series 1. I take Nick Fury and I make him completely plain, just the torso and legs, and I swap those hands over. I'm taking that scary expression from underneath the Inferno Squad soldier's helmet, and the final touch is the hairpiece from Sam here. I opted into making him a bit more of a generic resting at home look because it feels more fitting with the narrative since the movie is showing his life on the day-to-day basis while the real movie is happening in the background. That is our big list of nominees. I had a lot of fun putting these guys together this year and making minifigures based on works that LEGO would never go near. If you enjoyed this look at an Oscars minifigure showcase video and you've got some suggestions of your own, I would love to hear your feedback down below. Liking this video and subscribing to the channel here does help to support us in making more videos like this one. Ka kite anō, I'll see you in the next video.